Lifewave. Today, this global force for good spans 100 countries with hundreds of thousands of delighted fans. With offices in the U.S., Ireland, and Taiwan, Lifewave has over 30,000 square feet of manufacturing space and supports customers in over 20 languages with a team.
So I thought, if we really want to become a successful company, we need someone with experience. We need someone that's been in this position before. And my prayers were answered in November of 2005 when Mike Collins came on board.
Enter Mike Collins, formerly of Procter & Gamble and Vice President of PepsiCo.
Well, I was introduced to David Schmidt and Lifewave by a mutual friend who happened to be a Lifewave distributor, and he gave me some energy enhancer patches to try. I had a great response to it, something I had never felt before, a clarity of mind and sense of well-being. So when David and I got together and talked it over, I said to him, David, please, I don't care what position you have in mind, put me in the batter's box and let me start swinging, because this is just fantastic.
As the core business grew throughout the U.S. and Canada, the wisdom of particular founding sales leaders proved pivotal.
So I went back to a lot of these people that I had met along the way. George Hoagland, David Jumper, John Chance, Chuck Michael. And we started to form a United States advisory board, a North American advisory board. And these leaders just did a tremendous job in that first year supporting growth, and I really owe them a lot for that.
At the end of 2005, Lifewave hit $17 million in sales and held a national conference featuring 40 speakers. Professional and Olympic athletes talked about using Lifewave patches to become the best in the world. Other presenters included medical doctors, acupuncturists, naturopaths, scientists, even world-famous biophysicist Beverly Rubik, also known as the mother of energy medicine.
I'm a biophysicist. I've traveled the world looking for maverick wellness products that make a difference in people's lives. And it came to my attention that there was this Lifewave energy patch. The first thing I wanted to do as a biophysicist was to test them on the human energy field. And that is the state of the art now in biophysics, that this field is considered to be the bottom line regulator of our processes. Here's an example of the data. The red indicates points that were tested that are really unbalanced. The yellow are points that are tolerable within normal but not quite normal. And the green, of course, are the most normal. Some 5 meridians are grossly unbalanced. And after wearing the Lifewave patches, only 1 point is unbalanced. That's an impressive result, especially after immediately placing on the patches.
There is an immediate autonomic nervous system response within 5 minutes. This is what happens when we apply the patches. As you see, there's a pretty hot looking back to the left, and there's a patch distinctly sitting right in the middle of that spine. It has a cooling effect on the autonomic nervous system.
Statistically speaking, we can prove that energy production is enhanced fairly dramatically by these patches. I've been doing this kind of testing now for almost 8 years, and I can tell you, you don't see these kind of results.
We tested the Lifewave product and we found that it made a significant change within 10 seconds in the cytoskeleton. And let me tell you, that is profound.
There are a lot of products out there, folks, but there are very few companies who support their products with quality science.
Having clinical studies is a matter of ethics. You have to know what effects your products are going to have on people before they actually use them. And it's a legal requirement. The government wants to see clinical studies, scientific proof that substantiate your claims.
We look for independent researchers. We look for universities that can study our technology. We're driven to prove the benefits of this technology, as well as to show how this technology can be used to help the health of people around the world.
Through the power of networking, David was introduced to world-famous actress, best-selling author, and renowned health advocate Suzanne Somers. She had such an extraordinary response to the technology that she immediately met with David to learn more.
That first meeting was just absolutely extraordinary, and I would say the one thing that really impressed me about Suzanne was her level of scientific knowledge. I got questions from her that I don't get from some medical doctors.
In 2006, the word about Lifewave continued to spread.
When you're in a company where the sales are growing that rapidly, what you find is that the systems that you had built aren't going to be adequate because you're growing faster than you had planned to grow. That was the challenge, so we had to respond to that and build the structure for the future.
By 2008, Mike Collins and his team translated the website and marketing materials into several languages. Some key distribution leaders in France offered the company additional direction and commitment, and sales began to boom throughout Europe.
In the United States, we had great success with our advisory board from the very beginning of the company. When we found ourselves beginning in places like France and Italy, we knew that we were going to have to put together advisory boards of leaders.
Our business in France really started to take off, and a few months after that, I was invited over to Paris to meet with a number of our leaders over there that had been very successful at marketing our products. And what followed was a 2 or 3 hour meeting that really didn't go all that well. They didn't know what to think of me. I didn't know what to think of them. But I listened. I listened to what they were saying and what it was that they needed to be successful. The company started to implement their recommendations, and the market began to grow. You know, today, I would just tell you, I have a debt of gratitude to every one of these leaders in Europe. They're wonderful human beings.
The success of the French Advisory Board was quickly followed with Lifewave. Today, this global force for good spans 100 countries with hundreds of thousands of delighted fans. With offices in the U.S., Ireland, and Taiwan, Lifewave has over 30,000 square feet of manufacturing space and supports customers in over 20 languages. With